My name is Levinia Brown. Inuit name is Nokadlang. And I am from Rankin Inlet, Nunavut. And my nation is I'm an Inuk person, and I grew up in a small community called Chesterfield Inlet. But I was born out in a land where there's nothing, absolutely nothing, no buildings, no hospital, no government services, and that's where I was born. I went to residential school in Chesterfield Inlet. It was Catholic dominated. Everything was strange. What I liked about it was new things like new clothing, and there was scent, a smell that sometimes it triggers to me. My memories come back because of those things that I have in my memories or in my experience. The scent that I smell was completely different from what I was used to. Being an Inuk and have been in igloos, I'm fluent in my own language, and I know quite a bit of my culture. Simply because my father used to take us to our grandparents, which was about 60 miles away from the community. My grandparents live out there, and it seems that we hung out with a lot of elders. Like even there was a St. Therese hospital. They had elders there that we knew. And the elders always spoke to us in Inuktitut. Hearing that and talking to them, I think that's what preserved it. And I never lost my language. And I could have, a lot of others have lost their Inuktitut language. And it's so strange to hear one of my colleagues saying that us who went to residential schools never taught our children how to speak Inuktitut. He is so right in saying that, because I was so hurt when I was, my oldest son was going to high school in Yellowknife at the time. When he came home, he asked me, he was 14, "Mom, how come you never taught us how to speak Inuktitut?" I couldn't answer. I had no words, and it made me cry. It really hurt not to teach your culture, your language to your kids. It bothers you. It bothered me. We were caught speaking Inuktitut, Eskimo. We were punished so severe. I still see it. As I grew older, and even when I became adult, growing up, from punishment that I received, I didn't value my Inuktitut language anymore. I didn't value my culture anymore, because to them I did wrong. I didn't do anything wrong, but I got disciplined. That's what I meant. You learn from being disciplined, from being punished if you did wrong. That's why I feel I didn't value my language and my culture anymore. I got distant from it, but luckily my grandparents were living out on the land, and we went there every summer, winter time, by dog team. My father always took us there, and I learned a lot of the culture from there. And they lived in igloos, they lived in tents summertime, and that smell, I know the smell. It all changed when the Inuit who were living out in their land, they call it outpost camp. It wasn't outpost camp, that was their home, out on the land in igloos, and they were nomadic people. They followed animals, so they moved around. It really changed when the government started moving us to communities. We felt that. And then some people would say that they became more poor, like money didn't have much use for us. Nothing. There was no stores, so what's money? Not in the sense of money, finances, no, nothing to do with that. It's to do with your clothing, your food, everything from the land, and you're in the community. The caribou's not going to come to you and say, here I am. Or the seals out in the bay are not going to say, I popped up for you. You have to follow them where they go. And sometimes they have to go far away to go hunt caribou. But when they were in the community, it was even farther. It was difficult to get their meat, their food, their clothing from the animals, the furs and the skin, because at least they were nomadic people and they followed the animals. Once you're in the community, they don't come.